proposed, but to me it would look really messy.
To maybe address your point, we have to allow them to put some kind of antenna array on these light poles. So we're trying to find something that's as unobtrusive, obviously, as possible. I mean, you possibly, if you didn't have some regulation about what they're supposed to look like, you could end up with something that looks like a traditional cell tower, you know, with all these antenna array. Obviously, that looks a lot worse. Or you could end up with a boxy-looking component somewhere on the light pole.
Have you spoken at all with our supplier of our light poles, see what their thoughts are as far as how to accommodate but yet keep the aesthetics of what we have in our streets?
You know, we've thought about that, but when I've talked to the providers, they indicate they're not going to use our light pole suppliers. They're going to buy a replacement pole from their own supplier. But again, they're required to meet the standard that it's going to have to look like our existing light poles and match the, you know, basic size and design and height and those sorts of things.
Because that concerns me. Councilmember McDonald?
Well, I think maybe the concern the mayor has is these are black poles and ours aren't. Their poles will look like our poles. You just use black poles to show two examples.
Right.
They would be powder-coated green or painted green. They would have many of the same aesthetic qualities and components as ours.
Right.
But it would include a base, and it would include a piece above the light fixture itself to accommodate the wireless structure.
And this was just an example.
Correct.
So the colors doesn't affect me, okay?
Okay.
I mean, I understand it's going to be green. That's not the issue. The issue is you go up and then you go out 4 feet and then you come down. So down the street, we're going to have I think the Washington style light like we have now with the thing at the top, and then all of a sudden we're going to have one 4 feet out and down.
No. You know, maybe we'd eliminate confusion. Maybe we ought to just delete the example on the right and just go with the other ones that are more. Would that kind of help your concern?
I'm just trying to get a feel for it.
Okay. If I may, what we would have is the Washington style light with a base that looks very similar to this.
Not a problem.
And an antenna that would extend above the Washington fixture.
So as an example, if you were to take the Washington light and you were to run an antenna, not necessarily straight up, but up and then come out from the rear and then go up like that, you could keep the look of the Washington light just fine without having to go out 4 feet and then down like you're showing here. So that's what I'm saying is what design are we actually looking at?
It's the commercial. No, the Memphis is the Memphis. So, Mayor, you're referring to the Washington is the residential light that we have throughout the community.
Yep.
The Memphis style is the style that we have along our key arterials.
Sure.
And
I'm talking about the neighborhoods.
I'm talking about the Memphis style because we anticipate that these will be in areas that typically have these Memphis lights.
I understand that, but my question is, this is going out, trying to go out to the community. Small cell technology is trying to go out to residences, businesses, etc. So you will be in areas that you'll have the Washington style pole. And my question is, if you then put in the Memphis style pole.
Oh, okay. Let me address that question. Sorry, now I think I understand what you're saying. So I didn't get it before. So we don't have an illustration of it right here, but typically, if you've got the what's it called, the Washington
style.
Typically, what you end up with, you keep the same type of a pole, and all you add is basically the top antenna part on top of it, which is 2 feet or sticks up to
on top of the light itself.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Yep. Okay.
That's great. I'm just saying I'm not interested in a mix of the Memphis style with the Washington style throughout our neighborhood.
No, that's not going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
In areas where there is the Memphis style, you would have a modified Memphis.
That's fine.
In areas where there's Washington, modified Washington.
Exactly.